What's going on? How y'all doing? Don't mind my ashy ass feet, because as usual I didn't wash my legs. How y'all doing? You see the background? We're in the nail room. Table is a mess because I didn't clean up after I did my nail, and now I gotta fix my broken nail anyway, so it's okay. Um, it's Mustarian. What the hell are we doing? I don't know. I really don't really know. I can't tell you what we're doing. I can't tell you what we're doing. Life has been lifing for everybody. The economy is trash. Things are crazy. Things are changing. Things have changed. My mood, my body, everything has been woo. So this year, just give you a quick rundown. This year there was a change in January. February, I said, you know what? I'm contemplating life. I'm like, we can't keep working customer service for the rest of our life, because they can fire you at any point, and when you go somewhere else, you're not likely to get the same pay again. And everywhere you're looking where it's hiring and what the pay rates are, they want to give you as low as $15 an hour, right? And a lot of the companies they want to outsource for cheaper labor, and I understand, and because of that, they're going to let you go. So if you were used to maybe your $25 an hour having people cuss you the hell out, but you're like, you know what, cuss me out, my bills are paid, as long as I'm fed and I'm good, I will take this cussing out right now. Because especially today, honey, I was fed, everything just rolled off of me. I was fed, I was rested, I didn't give a damn. Now, mind you, I do not make $25 an hour. I wish I did, but I don't. But when you're looking now, most of them want to pay you $50 an hour, and it's like that can't even come a half of rent. That can't come a half of rent. And I said, you know what? I'm going to do a course, and that's what I did. I had opened up my booking calendar at the end of February to say I was going to start doing nails. And then I had to close that thing up because imagine I sat down, I had the epiphany. I'm like, I need a career. I'm always doing jobs. It was easy to get jobs before this new year. Jobs now is if you have one, hold on to it for dear life. Jump when them set to jump and roll up when they set to roll over and bark when they set to bark, because baby, it is so hard to get another one unless you're a business owner. Even then things are still kind of sticky unless you're really solid in your business like that. And I had to close the calendar, and then I went to school from March until the 27th of April. I finished the program, and I thought for sure within the first 2 weeks that I've done my exam. Where at the end of May, I did not do the exam. When I wanted to do the exam, they didn't have any dates available. By the time I looked, whoops, it's the end of May. I did not study anything. If I were to do that exam right now, I'm going to fail, and I'm not going to waste my money and fail. So then I said, boom, that's complete. Next step, do our GED because we don't have a GED. Yes, we have the education equivalent for a GED because I am credits. I have my school leaving certificate, which is what we get when we leave high school, and you have a CXC because that's what we did. But I didn't go to college. Was I accepted into college? Yes, but I did not go. And now I kind of regret it because I'm like, imagine if I had my degree. Certain places they just want you to have a degree to say you have a degree, so you can sometimes at least get the entry level money for $20 an hour. Because no, they want a degree for certain things that don't need a degree, and the starting rate is $20 an hour. It's like, now you have to battle and fight to get that same pay, and that is still not enough to take care of your everyday living expenses right now in this economy. Like, no. So then I said, all right, this other program guaranteed when you come out, nowhere is going to pay you less than $20 an hour. That has usually been the starting pay for a lot of places. It takes a year. It is very competitive to get in. You can spend anywhere from $20,000 to up to $30,000 and as little as $10,000 depending on where you get in. But you have to have the GED. I failed the math. I knew I would fail the math. I didn't know I was going to fail the math the way that I failed the math, and I'm so pissed off. Because did you practice as hard as you could? Yes and no. I practice as hard as my mind and my brain could contemplate before I crash out and I have my migraines and my eyes hurt and I'm dizzy and I'm nauseous. I'm gonna tell my business. I feel with a 36 first because I didn't study some poly something another for algebra. So I went, I looked it up, I practiced it, I went back. I got a 142, you need 145 to pass. What it got me with is I feel like when you do the test the first time, it realizes, oh, you don't understand this specific aspect, and then the next time you come back, that's mostly what they gave you. I am struggling with the graph, and that probably something I don't know. So when I went to do the retest, they gave me more graphs, so I was struggling because the plotter points on a graph, I can do that. But when you tell me that, oh, if this is negative this, and this is this, and x equal this, plot this. And what is the slope? Huh? And then on top of that, they don't even give you the diagram or anything. So you're like, so no, I need to go, first of all, draw this up. And you don't have a piece of paper because I'm doing a report. So I need to use the computer to probably draw some stuff, try and plot it out, and then draw the thing and then do the calculations. And I'm like, you don't even give me anything to work on. I start with the numbers, and then I already struggle with graphs anyway. And then we're doing negative. I'm like, are you freaking serious? So I learned the poly something enough to move my score from that 130 something to the 142. But then the graphs were whooping my ass because they asked me multiple times about slopes. And I'm like, baby, I don't know the first thing about slopes. And then I started my exam. At first, I was going to do the exam at 6 o'clock in the afternoon. I said, you know what, let's do it in the morning. I started the exam at 9 something. I finished it at 11:30 or 11:20. 11:30, I could have done another exam. I'm like, no, we need to rest our brains. We're going to come back at 1. They have an exam at 1 o'clock. We're going to come back at 1 o'clock, which is when I failed it the second time because I didn't understand the whole slope thing, and they keep asking me about that, and I don't understand it. From 1 something until in the night, I watch videos upon videos upon videos upon videos, and I don't get it. I failed it on the 18th of May. Today is the 28th of May. I have not done it again because I found out that if you fail it 3 times, you have to wait 60 days before you do it again. And I'm like, all I need is to understand this goddamn slope thing, and to understand, if I understand the slope, I should probably go to understand the negative stuff, because the plot the graph, I can do that. But when you ask me about slope and this parallel line and the vertical, I'm like, baby, I don't know what you're talking about. So I can't do that program until I get the GED. And then even after I have the GED, because the program that I just finished, I can either A, go and get my license, because right now I'm just collecting license. I can either A, go and get my license, or B, just sit down with the certification and use it to get into the school. But if I let the certification expire, I have to go back and do it again. So it's better if I get my license, because the license is good for 2 years, while the certification is only good for a year. So you have to use that year to then get into a school that takes that certification to say that you got that, because that is only valid for 1 year. And the wait list for the program can be up to a year or more, and you have to have everything completed to get in. I do not have the math, I do not have the license, and then there's another test that I have to do to get in. And I know without a doubt in my mind that I will pass the English, because English is not hard for me. I'm not going to get 100, but I'm not going to fail. I'm consistently going to get like an 80 or 90, depending on how basic they're asking the questions, because they ask, especially the entry test for the program that I did to this for this certification. I'm like, they give the calculator and it's just calculate this plus this, 20,000 minus 3,000 and all. I'm like, maybe I can do that. I got 100 on that. And then the English test was easy. It was like using is, are, they, and all those things in a sentence. I understand sometimes that I'm typing, and even when I'm commenting on stuff, I'm like, what the hell did I type? Because sometimes you type out what you want to say properly, and then your phone autocorrects it to something else. Because a lot of times, though, because I realize a lot of times I'm making comments and the comments don't make any sense, I double check before I hit post. And I will type out one thing, and my phone keeps changing it to something else. I'm like, baby, this don't make no dang sense. So a lot of times I just stop commenting and stuff because it keeps changing my words and I don't know how to fix it. I don't really know what to things. Like stop trying to change my words. I know what I'm saying. The sentence is correct. Stop trying to make it into something that's not. And we are now back again to say, you know what, let's try to go back to the notes. We finished the exam. We need to go back and watch the videos to help you with that slope business. And then after that, you need to get that license exam. There is no rush to do the exam. Just make sure you don't let a year pass and you have to redo the course. That's all it is. Because I was even contemplating, like, I was trying to get my job to give me a morning shift so that I would work from 5 in the morning and I get off at 2, like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So I have practically my entire afternoon to myself. Because right now I work from 9 to 6. So I get to sleep in and be a lazy little shit in the mornings. But then I don't get off of work until practically nighttime and outside is dark. But if I get off at 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, maybe I can run out to do some errands, do other things. When I get off at 6, most places are closed and most things are going to get done by the time I get there with the traffic then close. So you have to do things on the weekend. So I was trying to see, can I get a morning shift? Because if I get from 5 to 3, with the certification that I just did, I can try to get, like, if I do a per diem thing, more than likely I could get something for like 4 hours or something overnight, leave in the morning. But then I just need to figure out daycare and stuff for my kiddo. I know it's somewhere I'm like, okay, who provides what to do what? But I was denied. But it's just delayed for now until, because I realize things have been aligning the way they need to. I am either being lazy or I am rushing with certain things, right? There are certain things I'm like, you know what, you're trying to rush to get it and the door is being shut in your face, it's not time for that yet. And there are other things where, like, you see, you had the opportunity to get it, but you being lazy not getting it, and now you're causing stuff to be delayed due to your own carelessness. Because this month, I was a lazy ass piece of shit. And because of that, I only made my exact bills. The exact bill, nothing else. So right now I'm using emergency funds. So I have to make sure that this coming month, I put my big girl panties back on, my big girl shoes, strap myself up, buckle myself up, and I need to get back to work. But it's outside. That's what turned out, right? It's hot outside. How am I going to geeks and all these stuff when outside hot? It's hard. It's very hard. And when you get so used to being in the house all the time, like nobody's really disturbing your peace and you have to go outside and deal with the world. But you have to go outside and deal with the world just for smiling face. And don't let these energy vultures and vampires circle life. Just do what you need to do and go about your business. Do not give people the power to disturb you. Right? I hope I didn't rant too much. And like I said, the nail room is back. Right? I'm gonna try and do content. I need to get my mind right, create a schedule, and try my best to stick with it. It's my start.